that Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yes, the green zone.
The green zone. That's the first level, right?
I love green zoning.
Dude, they don't make music like this anymore.
No.
No.
Do you remember Star Fox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, 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 dude. Well, here we are. Here we are on another episode of I'm Probably Wrong About Everything.
Rob Rants and Friends.
Yeah. And we're here today to talk about our top 3 favorite video games of all time.
Time.
Here you go. Because I was thinking the other day, there's all these games like Fortnite and Call of Duty and stuff. And I'm like, okay, but how do we get here? What are our favorite games?
You already said my number 3. Call of Duty.
Okay, yeah.
Do I get to start?
Sure, you start us off.
Oh, okay. So, in preparation for this, I was like, what Call of Duty do I like? So, I simplified it. I love them all. Except for Advanced Warfare. That one sucks.
Why did that one suck? Because you could like fly around.
You could double jump and
Yeah.
super slide and run on walls.
Oh, that was like Titanfall, basically, but no robots.
But that was a great game, Titanfall.
Yeah.
But no, like I thought of Ghost, Black Ops 2, and I mean they all have their little points that were good. But I was good at most of them.
What was your favorite one?
See, that's the toughest part. I don't know. Probably Black Ops 2 because I was the best at that one.
It's actually nominated as the best one out from like all the fans. They've said Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2? Okay. Well then, yeah, I'll stick with that one then.
Or the fan favorite.
Yeah.
So, for me, I love Call of Duty, the single player campaigns, but you didn't play any of that, right?
Full multiplayer.
Full on multiplayer.
Yeah, I didn't even play the campaign.
So, did you play the campaigns?
I played the first one. I played the first Black Ops. I played the full campaign, and actually, like, it's like a more intense like 007 campaign. Like they're actually really fun. Yeah. You don't pick up the game for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But like,
no, some people do it. I got a friend and all he does campain and then just throws. No, he doesn't even play that. Strictly campaign and then just doesn't play it again.
Is he sad?
Yes. Yes. Very sad. But yeah, no, I got diamond camo and most of the things in Black Ops 2. That was the one I played the most, so I guess I'll condense it down to Black Ops 2, but all the Call of Duties, they're all pretty good.
Okay, so that's number 3. What's number 2?
Number 2?
Yeah.
Super Punch Out for the Super.
Oh, Dynax.
Oh, dude, that was by far my favorite. I beat the first guy, Gabby J, the old man, in 8 seconds was my record. Like it was. I have an emulator on my computer, so I can just play any game I want to on Super Nintendo, so I just sit there and...
You know what's great about emulators? You can hold, like, usually it's the space bar is like the default key, but you can hold it and it'll turn it like 500 times speed. So if you're playing a game like Pokemon or something, you can just, spam train your Pokemon.
Yeah.
Shift.
Yeah, Shift, yeah.
Yeah, it was Shift, yeah.
I don't know if that would be good for a Punch-Out game. Like, you'd probably just be button mashing the whole thing.
If you did a bunch of speed and coffee, it'd probably be great.
No, you gotta slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is that the one that had Mike Tyson in it, or is that just...
No,
that's Mike Tyson's Punch Out. But apparently he's like impossible to beat.
Yeah. It's one of the hardest bosses in any game.
Actually, on those emulators too, you can save your, like, what do they call it? Your state. So you just save it, and then the guy would come and punch you. Then you go, okay, and then you load it back up, go back like a couple seconds, and then you're like, oh, and here he comes, and you just move over, and then
you can Houston Astros.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
There was actually a game, I don't know if you guys remember, it was called the Amazon Trail, or the Yukon Trail, back as kids.
Okay, yeah.
The Amazon Trail, you would, every once in a while, it would stop you and say, like, you've caught a disease, you've caught malaria or something. Yeah. And I kept doing that. But I found out if you go into, like, options and then come back out, you can play for, like, another 15 seconds before it prompts you again. So I would sit there and, like, 15-second it until I got to the end of the game. And I was like, I know I didn't win the right way, but I won.
What? It's pretty funny you brought up the cheating scandal. Because the owner was like, yeah, it didn't impact the game at all, us cheating. And it was like... Well, you won the World Series. Yeah, it did. And then he retracted the statement, and then some guy was like, "Oh, back in the day, if it was Ken Griffey Jr. baseball, and if he lost the game, he would just turn it off, turn it back on, and then it would go back to the last game, and then you'd win. If you lost the game, he's like, yeah, but it didn't impact the games. I was just really good. I was like, good for you.
But why did you like Super Punch Out?
I don't, to be honest, I don't really know. It was just one of those games where you just punch people, and it was like a timing sort of thing. So you just like, you read the person, and he's about to hit you. You move, boom, hit him. I don't know why. I can't give you a hardcore answer. I just fucking love it.
Childhood nostalgia.
Yeah.
And then my number one is, you guys ever played Diablo 2?
Yeah, oh yeah.
No, never.
No?
Only Diablo 3. Yeah, I played all of them.
Have you?
I exclusively played Diablo 3, the expansion.
Ooh. I have it on that computer, actually.
Nice.
Reaper of Souls.
Yeah.
No, I think Diablo 2 is the best.
Yeah.
The best game I've ever played. And actually, I still have it on the computer. I still play it to this day.
The amount of time you put into that game is just like, you look back on it now and you're like, wow. Most of my childhood was
I
this
lost
game.
my life.
Yeah.
I used to play. I'd play Slipknot in the background.
Okay, yeah.
Turn all the music and
You
stuff
got Rob's
off.
attention here.
Yeah. And so what was that? At that time, I think it was Volume 3.
Yeah.
So Vermilion, all that kind of stuff. And I would just play it. I'd have a guitar in my hand, and then just kind of be like, okay, and play on like normal.
Because you could
mode or
make the
something.
guy just kind of stroll around.
You
right?
could, yeah.
You could put him on like
Yeah,
autopilot.
and like, oh, you know what? I kind of like the song.
Yeah.
Play to it, and then just keep going. Really just sit there.
Well, when I played that game, it was Disturbed, their second album. What's it called? It's with prayers on it.
Yeah.
And I just remember, like, I'm in the Middle Eastern chapter, I think chapter 2, and I was the barbarian.
Oh, nice.
And I just, every time I listen to that album, I think it's Awaken, I think of Diablo 2.
I was always a necromancer.
Of course. That guy was wicked.
Bringing up scullies all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
You guys excited for the next one?
Yeah.
It comes out this year.
It is 2020.
Blizzard has not officially confirmed, but they've kind of basically said it's going to come out this year.
Wow. So like December 31st.
Yeah. They've also said that the guy from Gears of War, the guy that kind of helped revamp that whole game, and apparently he did BioShock Infinite as well and like turned it into a success.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's gone and joined the Blizzard team for the Diablo game. And they've said everything in Diablo 3 that was like cartoony or seemed, happy, they've taken it all out. It's basically just going to be bleak, miserable, and awesome.
Yeah, dark.
It's Diablo 2, but darker.
Yeah, because Diablo 2, you're right, was super dark.
Yeah.
Right? Like it was it just had this foreboding element of doom.
Yes.
But the third one was like kind of cartoony.
Yeah.
Right? So
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the third one.
No?
No, it was what it was. I played it and it was fun, and it was just kind of like,
It didn't have as much playability as the second one did. Like, you could play through it and it was an amazing story.
Yeah.
And, like, great graphics, awesome stuff. But, like, the replay value, just, like, it wasn't as fun.
who was you? Who did you play as in Diablo 3?
I played everybody.
I was the witch doctor.
The Witch Doctor was great, especially when you had your whole squad come up with you.
Yeah.
Barbarian always is fun, just jumping right in and beating the crap out of everybody.
Yeah.
The Demon Hunter was really fun.
He was the new guy, right?
Yeah.
They released him after. That guy was wicked.
Yeah,
And he could summon. He was like a necromancer.
You got like little missile turrets and you were shooting and there's a million arrows going everywhere and it felt cool.
Yeah, because you could do double crossbows, right?
Yeah.
Oh. What are your 3 favorite?
Top 3 favorite video games? Are we doing our like least favorite too? Like one we're gonna trash on for like 30 seconds about how much we hate.
Go ahead.
Let's do it. Let's do it at the end.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
awesome. All right, so top 3. Here we go. When I was doing this list, I was trying to think of games that I played a lot as a kid, and not so much games that I think are the best of all time.
Right.
Yeah.
So my number 3 would be Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I remember it being, obviously we all had N64s back as kids, and you all went over to each other's house, played Perfect Dark, GoldenEye. It's okay, Bobby, you can play ours.
Yeah, I had to go to people's houses.
Yeah. But then Conker's Bad Fur Day came out, and I remember, because I think it came out like, 2001 or something? Like, we were all kids, essentially, so we're playing this game, and it's naughty, and it's got like swearing and stuff, and it's kind of
The singing poo.
yeah. We were all preteens, so it was like this. It was this cool kind of like
Yeah.
But just like the multiplayer was great. The story was actually
Intelligent.
interesting, but yeah.
And you can kill people in weird ways.
Yeah.
It
was
lots
just
of blood and stuff like that.
Remember the scene in that game when it was the Matrix? Close to the end? That was awesome.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
you're
then
like
Alien
doing
was
the
the final
spins and-
boss.
Yeah.
It's actually like, okay, I'm gonna say this. This is not just trying to like toot my own horn or anything, but you have those moments when in video games, like as a kid, and there was that one game you played and you were just unstoppable, like you just wrecked everything. Well, my buddies were playing.
You were good at the game.
Yeah, you just had like an unbelievable match or moment in the game where you were like, I'm a pro. I'm awesome at this. But my buddies were playing Conquer's Bad Fur Day, and they were at the final boss, which was the alien. And you have to like beat it up a little bit, and then you have to throw it out the window, and you have to do it 3 times. Or sorry, the space.
Yeah. It has to hit. Yeah.
But they kept trying to do it, and they kept failing. And he was like, "Oh, do you want to try it?" I had never really played the game much before. I like wandered around a little bit and played multiplayer, but I'd never played it. And no joke, I go up to the alien, beat him up, get him down, get him on his tail, like grab him by the tail, swing him around, and throw him out. I threw him out the space chute the first time. And they're like, "Oh yeah, good job." He comes back in, and I did it again, like instantly. And they were like looking at me like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna do it!" And
He's a legend.
I'm just in the zone. I'm like, I gotta do this.
Yeah.
I gotta do this. For
Your
the
hands are
monster.
sweaty.
Yeah. Knees weak, arms were heavy, all that mom spaghetti, all that. But then the third time, and I was like, I'm never gonna accomplish anything like that again in my life. I'm retiring from professional gaming, ladies and gentlemen, at 9 years old.
Yeah.
Or however old I was.
I've succeeded in life.
Yeah. But that was number 3. Number 2, I would say, is probably number 2 and number 1 are kind of, they're 1 and 1 for me. Like it's 1A and 1B. But number 2, StarCraft.
Oh yeah.
The amount of time, like I guess we're loving Blizzard games here, but
Yeah.
the amount of time that I spent playing StarCraft and StarCraft 2 as a kid / teenager / young adult is more than I've played probably every other game combined. Like I loved that game. I loved the custom settings when you had you could play like Lord of the Rings maps or Dragon Ball Z maps or whatever. The story was probably the best part of those games. I mean,
which one though did you like better?
StarCraft 1 for the story.
Mm-hmm.
StarCraft 2 for the gameplay.
And who were the 3 races? Is Protoss,
Zerg, Protoss, Terran.
Terran. Who was your favorite?
In StarCraft 1, I was a Protoss player.
Okay.
And then StarCraft 2, I went over to play exclusively Terran.
What about you?
Zerg.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Zerg.
I could never keep up with Zerg, man. Like, it was always so much...
Yeah,
you
their numbers.
You need to have like 5 hatcheries going at the same time. And
hard of the
It was a lot, but...
I was better at microing. I wasn't good at macroing. Like, I was better at controlling an army and, making them walk.
Yeah.
Okay, so StarCraft is 2. What is your number 1?
Hold on before you go.
Yeah.
I was more of a Red Alert fan.
Yeah.
I like the armies.
I mean, RTSs were all great. Like, we all loved Age of Empires.
Age of Empires was a good one, yeah.
Civs was good. Warcraft 3 was awesome.
Heck yeah.
Like,
yeah.
The amount of times I spent tower defense on that game.
Did you ever play Warcraft 2?
Yeah.
I like that one better.
That was, yeah, for sure.
That is like the graphics or something.
Yeah.
Okay. You just got me thinking. I'm like, okay, if you picked number 2, can I guess what number 1 is?
Sure.
Is it Heart of the Swarm? Or
no, you're thinking Heroes of the Storm.
Heroes of the Swarm.
No, that's probably my most played game right now. Not necessarily my favorite.
Okay.
Number 1, honestly, is probably going to have to be. Could I do a series, or do I have to pick the one? Like one of them?
No,
I guess
you
had to pick your favorite. Final Fantasy VII.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
And that's just like, I know not a lot of people love like the anime RPG games, but that was my shit. I grew up playing those games like crazy. Like I love the stories, and FF7 was like, it just like the whole battle between Cloud and Sephiroth and Cloud and himself, and there's like robots, and just it was awesome.
Wasn't that game like 6 discs?
It was 3. Most of the Final Fantasy games were like 3 or 4 discs because they. It was like 30 hours of gameplay, but back then for like the PS1, you couldn't put that much on on one game. you had to do like 10 discs and you had to install everything with 4 of them. And
That's crazy. I've never played Final Fantasy.
well, the remake is coming out in April, so
Perfect.
But it's totally different, right? Like it's almost like a
you
third
can
person.
actually. I've heard this. Like everybody confirm or comment if I'm lying, but I've heard that you can have the new battle style or you can have the old battle style, and you can you choose if you want it because that's the whole thing with RPGs was we were on one side, you were on the other side. We take turns and smack each other and stuff and. Not that RPG.
No.
Remember the
RPG
RPG in GoldenEye?
RPG 90?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, there was this one in The World Is Not Enough, not in GoldenEye, but there was this one missile launcher that it had a secondary function, and you could like remote control the missiles. They were like,
Yeah.
that one was my favorite because it was like I guess early Call of Duty where you have the missile drop, like you're just flying around and then you see your buddy camping trying to snipe you, and you're like.
Was that Perfect Dark or was Tomorrow Never Dies?
No, it was The World Is Not Enough.
Well, it's not. And so when you shot the rocket, it would go right into that vision, right?
Yeah. But those are my 3.
Who was the guy in Final Fantasy VII with like the machine gun?
Barrett.
That guy was dope.
Yeah.
See, that game I never played. I always watched. And I don't know if you guys know the difference between playing a game as a kid and watching it. But sometimes, like Resident Evil 2, I was terrible at that game. Like I always died.
Yeah.
But I loved to watch it. It was the same with Final Fantasy VII.
Well, it's a story, right? Like you're watching.
That's why I loved it.
You're basically almost watching a movie. I watched FF9 was the first one I watched. My best friend at the time, his older sister was playing it, and we would just go in her bedroom and just like she'd be like, "You can come and watch us if you shut up and don't talk."
Yeah.
And so we just sit there all quiet, like wide-eyed, watching this fantasy story, and I'm like, I want to play all of these. This is great.
Who is it that you watched it with?
My best friend as a kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My buddy used to play Halo all the time.
Yeah.
And he was so freaking good that I'd go to his place and just watch him play.
Yeah.
I'd get to play it every once in a while, but he would go. Me and my buddy Trav, we used to have bets, and we'd order pizza. And if Devin could go 50-0 against both of us against him, then we would have to pay for the pizza. But if we killed him once, then he would pay it.
And how many times did he pay for the pizza?
We never paid. We always got him once.
Oh, okay.
Just once.
What was the closest?
Closest.
Was it ever like
the
49?
closest was 48.
Wow.
He almost did it, and then I think one of us sorted him or something like
Was
that.
it Halo 2?
Halo 2, yeah.
That was.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's a good segue.
Yeah.
Are you?
Oh no, I was just gonna. Do you guys remember like LAN tournaments or in this case?
Oh yeah.
Halo
Never
tournaments
did
where
them, but yeah.
you guys all brought your Xboxes and the shitty little like 10x10 TVs, and you're all sitting around. Don't watch my screen, man.
Yeah, no screen hacking.
Drinking Monster Energy drinks and eating like Doritos all night because good times. Anyways, Rob.
Well, when I did this list, it was kind of similar. It was like, what are games that kind of shaped me as a kid into kind of who I am today?
So you can only pick Doom once, by the way.
Well, there you go. So number 3 is Halo 2.
Yeah.
I played that game I know that with my buddies, they'd come over, we'd have sleepovers, eating Miss Vicky's jalapeno chips, sipping, pop and stuff. No liquor.
Jolt.
Jolt. Well, this is after Jolt. This is after Jolt.
Jeez.
But I loved it, man. So many good memories.
Yeah.
And like we could play online. So my other buddies from high school were playing, and we're playing against them. And like so many jokes came out of this game. Like it was just a great time that I had with my friends. Halo 2. The story was great, and I love the campaign in video games. But this was just such like for me, the multiplayer was just such like a great time with my buddies. My number 2, the game that got me back into video games, was Mass Effect. You guys ever play those?
No.
Dude, awesome game. Have you ever heard of it?
I've heard of them, right? Is that the one that's like basically Silent Hill in space, or am I thinking
No, that's Dead Space.
Oh, okay.
Great game.
Yeah.
Which, I could only watch that game. I was too terrible to play it. And it was horrifying. But Mass Effect was great. It was like it reminded me, it just got me back into games because the story was awesome. The combat was really good. There was 3 games. Mass Effect 2 is my favorite. But you just get invested in these characters. And it was a time when it was like, man, I need something to kind of do, right? So I played these video games. And then the third one, it's like a pretty epic conclusion. And it was just like, it got me back into games. And, you know, games like Witcher I got into and stuff like that. But the number one is obviously Doom.
Drum roll, please.
Yeah. No need for a drum roll.
No, it's...
But,
really?
Yeah, but the reason I love this game, is because my dad showed it to me. And I was like 4. And he's like, Rob, I gotta show you this game. And he shows it to me. And I remember playing it. You're like going around killing these monsters. And I think about it like influenced the way I drew pictures. It was to the point that I went to school and I was drawing like the demon creatures I saw in Doom. And the teacher was like, what the fuck is going on here? So they brought my parents into the school and they're like, hey, Rob's a really nice kid. Robert is a really nice kid, but you should look at his drawings. And my mom was like, oh my God, what's going on? And my dad was like,
because it's a guy
yeah, that's the Pinky. Because there was this monster. He was like a skinned gorilla. His name was Pinky. And that was like what I drew, like all these like hulking monsters. And my dad just looked at it and he was like, oh shit. I know where he got this from.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that game just, like, I look at heavy metal. I look at, video games now. And it's just like so much of that was influenced by that game.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was like the most fun I ever had. So
your favorite metal genre is doom metal?
Probably speed metal because the music in Doom was pretty wicked as well.
Well, it's basically heavy metal going around.
Yeah, dude, the game was heavy metal.
Yeah,
it's a Christian game. You go around killing demons.
Yeah,
right. But yeah, that was my favorite game. And the new one's coming out March 20th. So expect a full podcast from that one.
We need to get royalties from like 3 different games in this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Said about 3 different games are coming out.
Yeah. So okay, but what are our dishonorable mentions?
Dishonorable and honorable mention.
I got an honorable mention. Pretty much any Pokemon game. When they first came out, like the Rants and the Blues and all that kind of stuff. Those were pretty good games. I really enjoyed those ones.
Yeah. What was the game that Sunset Riders. Oh. If you kids want to have a good time, get Sunset Riders for Super Nintendo. Dude, that not a fun game.
It was great.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Especially when you're loaded.
Yeah.
Well, any game's better when you're loaded.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless you're trying to play, like Counter-Strike.
Or you're trying to set up the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah. Yeah, don't ever set up a Nintendo Switch of not sound mind, kids. You won't figure it out. I'll PG it there.
You caught yourself on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got silly.
Yeah. And then we wrote a Hollow Notes.
And then dishonorable mention?
Did you guys ever play Parappa the Rappa?
Oh, fuck.
No.
That game was terrible.
But it's by far...
Was that cartoon one?
Yeah, it's like a 2D...
It's like a dog
paper.
with like a beanie or something. I've seen it, but I've never played it.
The idea was cool, because, you gotta hit square on this beat and circle on this beat and L1.
Like Dance Revolution.
Yeah, and it was the idea was great, but I sucked terribly at it. And we're all musicians. I like to think that we have good timing. And even as a kid, it was like, okay, why isn't this working? So I downloaded it on my computer to be like, you know what? Was I just stupid and shitty at this game? No, I'm good at timing. And be like,
So the timing was off.
On the game, yeah. Like the game itself
was broke.
Fucking sucked.
I've said that so many times. It's always the game's fault, not my fault. I win every time.
Yeah.
The only times I lose when the game loses.
Oh, in this case, Parappa the Rappa, you suck. And they made a second one too.
Did
Those
they?
Bastards.
Did you guys ever play Def Jam?
Yeah, the wrestling game?
It was like a...
I was always DMX.
It was like a fighting game, but you played as professional rappers that were signed to that record label.
Def Jam, yeah.
Like Snoop Dogg is your final boss. Like...
Yeah. Give me a break.
Yeah, you're playing
Who do you
against
think you
Bone
are?
Crusher and like Fat Joe and stuff, and then you get this skinny little guy at the end. He's got a stick.
Did you ever play the second?
That's the one where you for PS3 where you like...
I never played it.
I bought it and I never played it because it wasn't the same.
No. Because that first one was like
There was a story.
and it was dumb.
Yeah.
But it kind of knew it was dumb.
You were very aware it was a very cheesy game.
Yeah.
But the second one, it was like you actually created your own character, and you were like your rise to fame as a rapper, and I don't know, it didn't interest me at all.
It was kind of it was trying too hard.
Yeah.
Whereas the first one was having fun.
Yeah.
Is that your dishonorable mention?
No, dishonorable mention is Fortnite. Sorry, kids.
Fortnite.
I hate the fact that Fortnite is the biggest game in the world right now, and the only reason is because
The dances.
the dances are
Stupid
stupid.
dances.
I mean, every time you go to a hockey game, football game, anything in the
Kids
world,
it's like a nervous twitch.
yeah, it's like
Yeah.
oh, all they know how to do now is floss. I mean, all we knew how to do as kids was the chicken dance, but still, it was better than flossing.
What's worse, flossing or people with the dangling earrings?
Is that from Fortnite too?
I don't know, but fuck, don't wear a dangling earring. Like, I
Yeah.
want to rip that off your ear.
Yeah.
You look like an idiot.
But
Especially
no,
if you're
it's-
a white male.
If I flossed as often as those kids do, my teeth would just be perfect.
Right? My dentist would be so happy with
Yeah.
me. But it
That's
just
a good
is.
point.
I don't like the whole battle royale system, and maybe I'm old, but I just think it's pointless.
And
I
you,
don't know.
you can make buildings on the run.
Yeah,
I mean,
like-
I will say some of those kids, they're phenomenally talented. Just be like,
Yeah, Minecraft plus
running
Call of
up.
Duty, I would never be able to do that.
yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. It's ADHD gone wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like kids don't have any focus on a storyline anymore. And maybe that's okay, not kids today, but like I like games that have a story that has an ending. That's why I never liked Minecraft because you just what did you do? You just built shit. There was no reason. There was no end. There was no end goal. Like I need my game to have. You need to get here to win the game.
Yeah.
But that game was almost kind of educational. It was almost like Lego.
Oh, no,
Whereas
it was
Fortnite
good.
is like, that can't be good for developing brains.
It's like
How stupid can you make your character look?
it's like reading a comic book and reading an actual novel. Like Fortnite is the comic book, obviously here, where
Yes.
you're still reading, but you're not reading something educational.
Well, there's some good comic books, but I know what you mean. It's
Yeah.
it's like empty calories.
Yeah.
Right? My dishonorable mention is goddamn Guitar Hero. Because I
What?
play that.
I was
Just
gonna-
wait.
Whoa.
Just wait. Let me finish.
Okay, wait.
Okay, because I would play it and I was like, oh, this is how you play
Just
guitar.
because you suck doesn't mean it's a
Just
bad
wait.
game.
No. Well, I was good at it. But then I was like, oh, because I could do this, I could play guitar. That's not how you fucking play guitar. All right? You don't play, you're like moving all around and frets. Yeah, so then I tried to pick up a guitar.
And found out that there wasn't
Completely
5 buttons.
unsuccessful. Yeah. What I'm saying is that game gave kids false hope. But actually, it was a cool game, but yeah.
I was actually going to say my honorable mention is Rock Band.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, what was better? That was like a little ways past.
That was a great party game.
That was past like the Halo days and the GoldenEye days. Like you were almost old enough to drink, so we all kind of did, but we didn't go to bars or anything.
Jesse was the singer.
Of course, yes.
Bobby was the drummer.
Of course.
And there I was trying to figure out how to work a fucking
And you just
guitar.
couldn't do it. But no, it was just a fun Friday night game. You all got to get together, eat pizza, drink beer, and play the songs you liked growing up as kids.
Oh, Mario Party. That was a good game.
Yeah. That's
Dude, how
let's
about
go.
your palm? That would mess up. You know the
Oh, yeah.
the
Blister in the
circles? Dude, I got a blister in the middle of my hand. My mom was like, what are you doing? That you got a friction blister on your
And then the
hand?
controller was never broken. Those things were like indestructible.
Yeah.
That system was actually like, PS4s break nowadays when you touch it wrong.
That's,
But
yeah.
K64 you can throw across the room, it'll still work.
You know what? The next one we're going to do, guys, on video games is the best consoles of all time. Okay?
Atari.
So, yeah.
GameCube.
But that's all the time
Sega
we
Dreamcast.
have.
Whoa. I got one last question.
Whoa,
One
okay.
last
Oh,
question.
okay, hang on.
Okay.
How many controllers have you guys broken?
Like rage quitting?
Oh, yeah.
I have a messed up green Nintendo 64 controller that I took when I was playing Banjo-Kazooie and I was trying to shoot an egg out of the bird's backpack and I couldn't do it because I was a 9-year-old idiot. So I took my controller and I whipped it against the wall. Still worked. But you could hear like the pieces in it shaking.
How was the wall?
Wall got wrecked.
And then you
And my dad saw the whole thing. He was like, Robert, what are you doing? And then he went and he beat it. He beat the section right after. And
really?
I rage quit. Yeah. Anyways, but I've never broken a controller.
You've never broken a controller?
No.
Oh, I've broken several.
I've broken 4 keyboards.
For keyboards.
Just smashing them?
Yeah, just getting really mad at my games when I was younger.
Wow. You know what? Sorry.
That's fine.
Go ahead. I was going to say, we should do a podcast on rage quitting.
Yeah.
For real.
Because I have a graveyard. I don't know if you guys seen it.
No.
Actually, no, sorry. I cleaned up. I cleaned up my place, so there's no graveyard anymore. But yeah, I got.
Doesn't look like Philadelphia. Like a dump.
No, so I used to have this thing where I have an impulse to throw things. I'm a baseball player, and I need to throw
Right.
something. So
that's why I was a drummer too.
Yeah. I need to hit something. So I had this plan because I knew I was going to throw my controller. So I'd have my blanket on my legs. And then if I knew I was going to throw something, I'd put my legs up and throw it into the blanket. Well, a couple times I missed because I was raging. And so a couple of them hit the wall, hit the wooden part of the
Did they ever bounce
couch.
off and hit you back in the face?
I chucked one down on the ground so hard that it bounced up and hit the TV, and I thought it broke.
Your TV.
I thought, yeah, but then it was fine.
See, it's fine to break the controller as soon as you fuck
The
the TV. You're like, oh shit.
Yeah. What about you? You just said keyboards.
Yeah.
What game has caused you the most rage?
Call of Duty.
Yeah. Me too.
Fucking spawn hackers.
Yeah. That game has,
I want to say either Call of Duty or, remember back in the day you were playing, 007? And
GoldenEye.
trying to get the...
Somebody was Odd Job.
No,
Assholes.
You would try... Well, yeah, fuck Odd Job. But
Yeah.
you would try and get the achievements, and you'd have to beat the level in, 6 minutes and 54 seconds. And you kept hitting, 6 minutes and 56, 57, 55. And you're like, I don't want to play this mission ever again. I hate this mission. It fucking sucks. I got so mad. But, I don't know. I got mad.
But keyboards. None of those games are...
Oh, no, that was Counter-Strike and, Dota.
Dude,
that was
game's
Dota.
so tough.
Dota pissed me off so much. Any game you have to play online with other people, and
it brings out the worst in humanity.
Yeah, absolutely. Because you
It
hear
brings
them
out
after
the
like,
worst of myself. Yeah.
I got you, bitch. And you're like, I'm a fucking your phone's
LOL, you suck, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not a bro.
Yeah.
Stop talking about my mom. Did you Donkey Kong slap it? Your keyboards?
No, I actually remember one time. I'm not super proud of this, but I took the keyboard up, and it was a wireless one, so it was $20. I didn't even care, but I got so mad at the game that I literally picked it up and I smashed it in half over my desk. Yeah. And I was the only one at home. I made sure I was the only one at home this time.
Mom?
Yeah. Because I know that if I did that, my mom or my dad would come in and break me in half over the desk too.
Yeah.
So
Jesse, what are you doing?
yeah, no, it wouldn't even be that. It would literally just be spacked. And I'd be like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah.
But I guess that's 3 minutes longer than we wanted the podcast to go. But
That's all right.
All right.
It's all right.
Guys, this has been Rants with Friends. I'm Jesse.
Yeah. And we're probably wrong about
Everything.
There you go.
We're not introducing the other two, okay.
Yeah. I'm Bobby.
I'm Rob.